Good evening, everybody. Wow, it's been, I want to say, about 2.5, maybe even 3 weeks at this point, since I've put out any kind of video on delivery or anything else. Unfortunately, I have been hit with an illness, which at first I thought was COVID. It turned out to not be COVID. It was either food poisoning or, just a general diagnosis of gastroenteritis. Whatever it was, it took me down and I was not working. I was sleeping a lot, and it took me about 5 days, 6 days to get back to 100%. So now I am back, and I have been on the road, and I am here to tell you that unfortunately, the larger, picture of what's going on in our country, I think, has definitely hit Vancouver, which is what I focus on. I'm close to Portland, but I typically choose not to go down there. And the reason for that is, well, there's a bunch of reasons. I'll give you my top couple. Number one, it's far, and the increased mileage and traffic doesn't justify it. Number two, there's just a lot more to contend with down there. There's buses, people, bicyclists, and it's an added level of stress that I don't enjoy. And three, Portland is just not the safest city, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to go on into any kind of political tangents or anything like that. I want to keep this focused, really what's kind of been going on here. And hopefully, if anybody else is having the same type of experiences, maybe I can offer some things to help. So basically what's going on up here, I used to be able to make money almost every day of the week, even during the day. But now, the time that I usually like to go out and work, it's very inconsistent. Sometimes it's just downright dead, like one order in an hour, maybe two. And you essentially need three to four orders in an hour that are reasonable to do well. Anything less than that, you're not making $23 to $25 an hour. And I used to think that $20 an hour was reasonable, but honestly, it's not. And the reason for that is gas prices are still well over $4. The distances that a lot of these deliveries are requiring, $20 an hour just doesn't go very far. So I've had to really be super selective on my orders. When I first started doing it, my minimum was 5, went up to 6, and then now I'm, essentially up at that 7, depending on, the day of the week and what the promotions are and the busyness level. That's 8. And even yesterday when I was doing Uber Eats, I wasn't taking anything less than 10. So I think that's the critical thing. Don't let the desperation of slowness and inconsistency take you off of the focus of only taking orders that are reasonable. Because what ends up happening is if you start, sorry, I've still got a little bit of a frog in my throat. Trusty water. Anyway, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought, but just stick to your guns on what you think is reasonable. Everybody has a different baseline. Before you accept an order, first of all, you've got about 45 seconds. Sometimes I think DoorDash gives you a little bit longer. I've noticed. I don't know what the reasoning for that is exactly. So just don't hit accept. Look at it. Look where you're at. Think about the restaurant too. Let's just say it's on the border. Let's say it's a $6.50 order for 3 miles. So your ratios look pretty good. But as in here in Vancouver, there's certain restaurants that no matter when you go, you're looking at a minimum of a 10-minute wait. The first place that comes to mind is Chick-fil-A. Now, I have noticed that if you pick up an order at Chick-fil-A before like 9 a.m., it's not quite as long. But once that place gets going, DoorDash, which I kind of like, gives you a estimated time where the order will be delivered. So you get there. I never go into the store until it's at least exactly at that time. So let's just say it's 10 a.m. to be, to make an easy example here. I'll get there, let's say it's 9:55. At 10, I will probably think about going in. But again, I don't like to sit in restaurants. I don't know how you guys are, but it just makes me nervous. And I feel like, well, if there is any kind of exposure still that we have with COVID or, really any other communicable disease, I'd rather just sit in my car until the order's ready. So I try to time that. And I've never gone in and they say, oh my God, you're late or anything. It's kind of nice because you go in and the order's like either ready or it's coming to ready, and you're not sitting around, in that sort of awkward space, looking around, there's probably other delivery drivers doing the same thing. So that's just me. I don't like sitting in the restaurant. I'd much rather be in my car, thinking about, okay, well, after this order, am I doing anything different? Do I need to get gas? Do I need to get something to drink? Do I want to just call it? Which unfortunately I've had to call it a lot lately, because to me it's not worth it to sit out there for more than probably, I have a really short limit, because I don't want to sit around just wasting gas sitting in my car, hitting decline after decline of unreasonable orders. So if I'm not getting at least 3 reasonable orders within an hour, I'm calling it, and I'm either going back out later that day during a busier time, or I'll turn on, open up the apps and just kind of check them obsessively, compulsively, a few times to see if things have changed. So, just wanted to convey to you guys that I am going to be back on the road. I'm taking several trips this upcoming month for a couple of different reasons. Number one, my birthday's at the end of the month, so I've got 2 different celebrations. One with my friends down in the San Francisco Bay Area, and a second in the second week of September with my family down in San Diego. So I'm looking forward to that. And I just want to say in closing here that I hope everybody gets through this. It's tough right now. There's just no other way to say it. Keep grinding, stick to your guns. Do not, I repeat, do not accept every order. And if it's unreasonable, hit the decline button and don't even think twice about it. Okay, from Vancouver, I hope you guys all have a great Tuesday and rest of the week. We almost got September, and football will be here before we know it. Alrighty, I'm out, and I will see you soon on the road.